The following content is intended for a mature audience only. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Boom, boom. We're on British Bears, coming to you from another land. The British Bears Show, another kind of fan. Bears fans all day, Bears fans all night, 365 days, 5,000 miles away. Hey, hey, hey! The British Bears, the Irish Bears, the German Bears, the Polish Bears. Wait, what? We are bears. We are bears. We are bears fans. The British Bears, the British Bears. Welcome to the British Bears.
And now your hosts, Jason UK Bears and Dave Bears UK.
Oh man, the first show, mate. You
Surprise!
You fucked up already on the first show, brother. Welcome everybody to a new season of the British Bears Show. Chicago Bears news with a British accent, man. It's so good to be back with everybody. It's so good to have football back, training camp, and then with the pre-season game a week on Saturday. How are you doing, my friend Jason? It's been a long time.
It's bloody marvellous. I'm great, mate. Yeah, it's been ages, isn't it? I think we chatted on the phone, didn't we, just briefly a couple of days ago. I probably haven't spoke to you since the last show, I think, which is
That'd be right, yeah.
8 months ago or something. So I think we briefly had a few chats, but yeah, welcome back, mate. Good to see you. Sorry about the fuck up with the intro, but we were busy chatting, weren't we? See, catching up, and I realised I hadn't changed the videos, but we had to. It was showtime. We can't let down our fabulous friends in the chat. Who I've got to say hello to again. It's brilliant to see all you guys back here, as usual. Armando's here, Patty's there as well, so welcome you two. Evie, Bed and Davis. Shorty's hard at work, but still managing to keep an ear on it. And then the others, I guess, will drop in as we go. I think that's it. That's everyone just saying hello to each other. But yeah, welcome, guys. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, Chris. Football is nearly upon us. Yeah, let's kick it off, shall we?
Cool, yeah. Let's kick it off, man. Well, what we'll do is we'll sort of briefly chat because obviously I don't really do NFL draft sort of chit chat, but we'll roughly go sort of through what the draft picks what the Bears took. I mean, obviously the first pick is Dylan Feeneman as safety. The second pick was Logan Jones at centre. The third was Sam Roush at tight end. The fourth pick was Malik Muhammad at cornerback. Fifth, Keyshawn Elliott, linebacker. And the sixth was Jordan Van Denberg. Is he the one what they call the white gorilla or something?
No. This is there we go. This is Evis mentioned it here. I was going to talk about from today's training camp. Caden Barnett is the vanilla gorilla. He's like an offensive lineman, enormous, like a mountain of a man. Jordan Vandenberg is the first South African-born player to be drafted, I believe. So he's that that guy. Right. Rugby background and yeah, a bit of a mauler. RAS of 10, relative athletic score from the draft testing was from a 10, which is like crazy. And as Evie said just there, yeah, they was him and Caden Barnett had a bit of a scuffle today in training camp. Excuse me. I think after the play, I believe Jordan Vandenberg threw Barnett to the ground, and then there was a bit of fists flying, and people had to step in. But I like it. I love that kind of shit, mate. And the pads come on, the intensity goes up, and you know that it starts to mean something to people. I love a bit of that passion. I'm all for it. As long as it doesn't get out of hand, obviously. But you want to see people like wanting to put some Yeah, that's right. That's what they said. That's the report I said earlier. Sweat was quite excited. The whole defense was buzzing. It's gets the blood pumping, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I love all that, and I love it when players get that passionate, and obviously, we don't want it to go crazy. I can remember when one training camp in the Bears quite a few years ago, wasn't it Bennett, the tight end, who basically just kicked off and it just all around.
The Seahawks and the Rams with the 30 personnel looks insane. And I wasn't happy that we let Durham Smythe go, to be honest, because I thought he was an important part of that offense.
Yeah, I did as well.
Ends. So when they lost him, I guess that's the replacement. And so we'll see how he goes. Xavier Thomas, absolute speed freak. Again, we'll talk about how he's showing out in training, but I think there's is there only about 15 players that have ever got under 4.43 in the 40-yard dash at the combine, but he's 4.28, 4.28 for the 40-yard, which is insane speed.
That's as nearly as fast as you, Jason, isn't it?
Nearly, yes, you're right, mate.
Nearly, mate, isn't it?
Keyshawn Elliott, a bit of a weird one with the linebacker, but they're going for that. They clearly stuck to their best player available philosophy, didn't they? So let's see how they work. But he's probably quite way down the depth chart, I think. Malik Mohammed could come in handy, as we were just saying, which we'll talk about again in a minute with the struggles at injuries and DBs. Jordan van der Berg could be an interesting guy. I want to see how he comes out. That's going to be one to watch, I think, from our chapters in the show tonight. Why I think he's one to watch to see just how he turns out. I know he's probably got to earn a place in that rotation for the D tackles, but let's see what he's got. He's an athletic freak, but let's see where he goes. But I think I'm pretty pleased with the draft. Really, I know we didn't get an edge, but you could. We've argued that till the cows come home, so we're not going to dwell on it too much. But
no.
To me, I think they focused on the offense quite a bit again, and I think we're seeing that. Whoa, is this breaking news? Tony Moy, welcome, mate. Good to see you, man.
Cheers, mate.
Have you just broken some news on the British Bear Show? Has that been agreed? Hey, Tony, good to see you, mate. He's saying, 4-year, $116 million extension. Whoa.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me flip and check this. Hold on.
It's not like we're calling you a liar, Tony. We're just checking.
We just want to, exactly. Let's just break it if it's happening.
Well, I remember watching one of the pressers reports, was it last week or the week before? And, he was talking about Wright. He was saying that, Wright wants to be here and, we see him as our, right tackle for a long time. And I think last season he definitely earned it. Yeah.
Sorry, mate. It was just a question. There's a comment there from Armando saying there's no audio, but what he's saying is here is let us know, guys, if there's an issue with the audio. But
you're
seems
all
right for us. Yeah. Go ahead, mate. Carry on.
I can't remember what we're on about now. Completely. We're just on about sort of. I knew they were going to get a deal done with Wright because polls were sort of really saying, he's our right tackle for the future. And also, I think he earned it last year. I mean, he earned it just from doing that. What do you call it? That flip he did when we scored a touchdown in the cartwheel.
Oh, the cartwheel, I know.
You earned it for that.
Yeah. He deserves it. Oh, you froze for a moment there. You're back. That's all right.
Yeah, same with you as well.
Oh, okay. Oh, God, what's happening to our internet? It's the heat. But he absolutely is top draw tackle, isn't he? So I think we talked, didn't we, a little while ago about in the pre-show about how these sort of top 10 things, or they rate the players, don't they? The top 100 and all this stuff. It's all just stuff to keep us talking about football over the off season. But he did great. He's obviously quite well thought of. So the cartwheel. That's right. Longhorn Jeff. Sorry, good to see you, man. Welcome in. The cartwheel, exactly. That was brilliant, wasn't it? That cartwheel off the touchdown. And then Tony's come back with his Schefter now reporting it's $116 million, 93 mil guaranteed, and that's on a 4-year extension. Is it? Did you say 4-year extension? That's brilliant news because that starts after next year, doesn't it? Because they took up his 5th-year option, which is this year, isn't it? Is that right? And then it'll be so that'll kick in the year after next. So
that one, Jason, you're right. Yeah,
brilliant stuff.
Yeah.
I'm well happy with that.
Yeah, so he would have been coming out with his rookie contract, wouldn't he, this year? So
exactly.
that's great, man. Because the one thing we've always sort of moaned about as Bear fans, until probably last season is we've never had like a stable offensive line set up. And it's great that you can, tie down and sign these players what you want to keep for so many years. And he's worth it, mate. I think he's a really good player. I mean, I think he's, just below around Pro Bowl sort of level, really. And he plays through knocks as well. I think he had quite a few knocks last season and he played through them. And I'm happy for the guy, man. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad the Bears have sorted it out because obviously now they're probably thinking, well, in a couple of years' time we're going to have Caleb's contract coming up, so they're probably sort of prejudging, how much that's going to cost and the cap space, etc., like that. Well, that's great news, and cheers for filling us in, Tony, man.
He's done it again
with the first pick. I must admit, I am a bit of a head scratcher. I understand why we got the tight end because, just as you mentioned about.
Hey, some new guys in here. Good to see you guys. DZ Money 1167. Welcome to the show, man. Good to see you. I don't know if you've been here before. And Glenn Gresham is watching on Facebook. Dan is awesome. Right, yeah, we all agree. That's up. We just mentioned that, Tony. We were just saying that. Jordan van der Berg threw the vanilla gorilla to the floor and then a scuffle ensued in training. So, intensity's up, pads are on, and football's on the way. Nice one.
Yeah.
Good.
So I'll stand in the draft bit I understand why we got the tight end because of the, when we play 13 personnel, but I was really hoping for an edge guy. I really want. Hi, Foster. Hope you're well, mate. I was hoping for a bit of an edge player, really. But I thought about that the same against when we got Loveland last year. I kept thinking, a tight end in the first round. And then he's probably going to be like one of our best offensive players, for, so many seasons coming up. So what do I know? You know what I mean? Why should I prejudge Ben Johnson?
Exactly. He had his fingerprints all over it. And then people were losing their minds because we were supposed to take Tyler Warren, weren't we? And, of course, the early season started and Tyler Warren was doing well with the Colts and all the haters were sort of piling in. But I think we saw what we got because Loveland came into the season with that AC shoulder joint injury, didn't he? So he came in with a slight injury, recovering that. Second half of the season, man, he took off. And I mentioned it in a stat bomb at the end of the last season. He basically got more yards in his first playoff game than Travis Kelce has ever had in a playoff game. So I think we're going to talk about it later, but I expect big things from Colston Loveland this season. But to go back to that pick, mate, the way I saw some comments on this after at the time, and you're thinking about we need an edge. But the best player available philosophy, what that does then, instead of taking like at whatever it was, the third round, unless taking like the 18th best edge in the draft, you're taking one of the better at another position. So yes, whilst it's not addressing the position of need, you're actually still improving the quality of your squad overall by taking a better player at another position. So, I mean, obviously, you're not going to take if they're all wide receivers, you're not going to take like 6 wide receivers. That'd be ridiculous. But at the same time, I kind of see the argument for both. So, but I understand if that's their philosophy, and then we'll see it. Like I say, I think we'll see something from him this year, and we'll see where he fits. But apparently today they ran a lot of 13 personnel, so hopefully that's the way it's going to go. So, I mean, he's a giant, isn't he? He's 6'6", 257 pounds. He's an absolute mountain mover. So he's up front there. He's going to be the in-line. Cole will be the Y, and then Loveland's going to be a weapon all over the field. So I'm excited, man. Excited to see this offense. But yeah, let's move on from the draft, shall we? Let's just say we're okay with
it. You're making me feel a lot better about that pick, Jason, with that bit of knowledge and intelligence, mate.
Careful.
Overall, I'm happy about the draft. Say I'm not a massive draft analyst. I find draft talk quite boring, to be honest with you, because all it is people's opinions and whatever, and I just like to see facts and whatever. Free agent signings, obviously Kobe Bryant. Oh man, we'll talk about that in a minute. Devin Bush, the linebacker we got from the Browns. Garrett Bradbury, we got the centre from the Patriots who played in the Super Bowl last year. Cam Lewis from the Buffalo Bills who plays cornerback. Neville Gillimore was defensive tackle, got him from the Colts. God, it's bad when you can't read your own writing, isn't it? We've got a chap. I can't read his first name, and I don't understand why I can't read that. Raymond from the Lions is a wide receiver, kick returner.
Khalif Raymond, yeah.
Yeah, that's cheers, Jason. And then we got Kensington Street, a defensive tackle from the Falcons. James Lynch, a defensive tackle from the Titans. And then we had two, I think they were like unsigned free agents, Scotty Walker, a wide receiver, and Salfon, Ahmed at running back. Shall we talk about Cody Bryant? Should we just get to it and
yeah.
Let's
go straight there.
Yeah, well, let's go there. We'll get to training camps. Everybody knows about the free agents, what will be signed up. Cody Bryant suffered a hyperextended left knee and a bone bruise and a small fracture. Could be out for 8 to 10 weeks, which could mean he could be back around the sort of Packers game, week 5, hopefully. I think that's roughly about 10 weeks away. It's a fucker. That's the only way I could put it.
Yeah.
Chris Allen earlier today, and you could tell that the defense was really going to sort of wrapped around Kobe. So people have got to step up now, and also we've got the problem with Kyler Gordon. He's injured again, so we're going to have to take people who probably were trying to get his backup position as a slot guy. We're going to have to move with them to see if they can play safety all right. Or they might sign somebody, I don't know. But then again, whoever they sign is going to know that they're not going to be a starter as soon as Kobe comes back. So I don't sort of know how appealing that would be to a player. But what were your thoughts about the injury?
Yeah, obviously devastated. It was our first sort of big signing, wasn't it? Probably our marquee free agent signing. It sounded pretty bad when they first described it, but that's no. I'm glad they quite quickly released the sort of update, didn't they, about the nature of the injury?
Yes.
So
yes.
You kind of fear the worst. Although you feared the worst when it first happened, he's like carted off. But they say they always use the cart, don't they, on training camp? It's just when they described it and said that he tried to walk it off and then couldn't put any weight on it. So it's glad it's not a serious one, but it is absolutely like gutting. Like I say, that he's not going to be to have had pre-season, with the pads on. It was because yesterday he had the day before. The first day of pads, he had a great practice, and he got an interception, a couple of passes defended. He was looking really good. He was showing some real leadership in the backfield in training camp. So, it would have been really nice for him to get that chemistry, him and Thieneman together, to build their chemistry, because they clearly wanted to use. They're both versatile players and wanted to sort of swap them around in terms of like getting in the box and just moving them around the backfield. But yeah, it is absolutely it's awful, in it. Just didn't want it, but at least to say it's going to be back for potentially week 5, the Packers game. But I think initially what I saw was that 8 to 10 weeks was weeks 3 to 5, but it's going to be somewhere around there, isn't it? And I mean, they're going to hopefully they can work their magic, getting the best treatment they can, and getting back as just fighting fit. The last thing you want is someone to come back when he's not ready. So it's just annoying they're not going to have the chance to build that chemistry over the pre-season, and he's got to come in cold a bit, really. So yeah, gutted. Next man up, Cam Lewis has been stepped in at safety today. So I know that they've been rotating him through the nickel position, with obviously Kyler being out. So Jalen Jones played there today. So we're already looking a bit thin at in the defensive back room, aren't we? Which is just annoying, because Elijah Hicks is on the PUP still. Terrell Smith left training as well early, didn't he, with a bit of an injury? So I haven't heard much on him yet. So we don't want to start, losing these players already, because we were down to sort of 3, 4, and 5 in terms of depth in the DB room last season, weren't we? But Foster, I'm going to mention him. Marlon Sewell signed. Absolutely no relation to the other Sewells. I only know Bears had looked at him before. That's right. They got him in for some workouts or something, or was in for training. He spent a bit of time with the Chiefs before this. He was from Vanderbilt. He's a rookie, isn't he? So he hasn't actually had a game in the NFL yet. So 24 years old. Was at Vanderbilt, was with the Chiefs, and that's all we know, really. It's like nothing spectacular. I think he had 1 interception in his career, or 2 passes defended last season. 54 tackles, I think it was. So not a needle mover, but you're not going to get him in at this stage, are you? It's just a camp body, I think, at the moment, and hopefully they can.
Well, that's all I was going to say, Jason. Yeah, because I watched. I think it was the score and that they were mentioning that this side, and they said, "Oh, it sounds like he's a bit of a camp body." But like you said, the numbers we've got, the defensive backs, we need as many people as we can competing for them places. But I think it's just a shame for the rookie as well, the rookie safety, because I think Kirby sounded like he was quite a vocal sort of leader, which you need that position, and I think and he's such a great player, and I think it would have been so great for the rookie to have it, to add a full training camp next to him, add his leadership, show him the ropes and stuff like that. But that's sport, unfortunately. That's what happens in sport. Like we say, it's next man up, and it's not like it could have been worse. At least, if he misses 3 to 4 games, then at least he's got another 12 games left of the season. So, it's a bummer, but it's not as bad as it could be. I don't think, anyway.
He'll be back for our deep playoff run, mate. That's what it'll be.
Yes.
And the other option, of course, is, there are a couple of free agents out there. I think the one that's sort of in the top 10, 12 players in the ESPN sort of ranking of the best available free agents at the moment is the guy who was at the Cowboys last year, Donovan Wilson. He had 71 tackles, 2 interceptions, and played 15 games last year, so he's pretty resilient. Apparently, he's a bit of a tone setter. He can mix both in the box and coverage, so a sort of all-rounder. 31 years old going into the season, so if he's still looking for a club, it could be a bit of depth. If we're still struggling with Elijah Hicks and Terrell Smith and some others, potentially there's something to keep an eye on. If they might sort of get him in to have a little look at, but we'll see. But yeah, we're not great. The injuries in the secondary at the minute, so we'll have to watch that going forward, won't we? Yeah.
The other thing I bring up regarding the off season is, don't you feel like we lost a lot of leadership on the defensive side of the ball? Like we lost Edmund, fired. We just seem to have lost. I wouldn't say the other safety were much of a leader, but we just seem to have lost a lot of sort of the leaders of that defense all in one go. And that's another reason why it's such a down about what's happened at Kerr, because I don't know who the sort of captain will be of the defense, to be honest with you.
You've still got, obviously, up front there's Montez Sweat and there's Grady Jarrett. TJ Edwards, of course, is a vet. He used to be the captain of the defense, had the green dot. Jalen Johnson, you expect to be. And then, Kobe Bryant, obviously, would be the next one. But, Devin Bush is a good pro. I'd expect him to be quite vocal. But, we're going to need sort of people to step up. But I don't know, mate. Yeah, Bayard was definitely a leader, a veteran leader at the back there, wasn't he? So
he was.
What I did find was interesting, though, in terms of the off-season, was we lost all those defensive backs in free agency. None of them were signed on more than a one-year deal. So that kind of says a little bit about what the rest of the NFL thought about them as well, though. So, I wanted Bayard back, to be honest. I thought he still had it. He still had it in him. He was a good, leader at the back, and he was still producing. So he was the one I really did want to keep. But I guess we'll see how we go. But Bryant's out.
Yeah. It's just because you always think like you want to keep. Once you've had like a winning season like last year, you sort of probably maybe this is just like a fan thinking, but you just feel like you want to keep that sort of unit together, don't you, to continue the success. But I do remember, especially sort of at the back end of the season, that a lot like Bayard, he would get burnt a lot in coverage. And also a few of the other guys, what really, I know Jalen Johnson, he was never fully fit all last year. So, he's got like an excuse, but, especially with two safeties, Brisker, he got sort of lost a bit in zone coverage.
Brisker did,
And I think Baston are just trying to generate more speed on the defense. That's what it seems to me. Because the linebacker we got from Cleveland is supposed to be absolutely a speed merchant, side to side, I heard today. So obviously that's one of the things I've been really concentrating on, improving the defense with a lot of speed, which makes sense in this sort of day and age of NFL because everything's so spread out. It's not like back when we first got to the NFL in 98, in the mid-80s when it would just run the ball, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we went as far back as a T formation just for Dan, but you know what I mean? But like it was predominantly running and smash mouth football, and now it's all about getting players into space and letting them use their speed to get yardage. So I understand the need for speed on the defense.
They totally did. They mentioned it, didn't they? They mentioned it a lot in the offseason about increasing the speed, and they obviously did. I think Swifty has done a video on the sort of athletic prowess of our draft class. I think they do the RAS, don't they? The relative athletic score from the combine testing. I think he said
Right.
our average RAS was 9.5 around that mark out of 10. So it's like an incredibly athletic draft class that we got, and he's definitely gone for the speed. I know I'm the same about Tremaine. I thought, obviously that he was a bit of a cap casualty, and I think he kind of did disappointed in his coverage. I know he had 4 picks, didn't he, going into the injury? But I think that's where they thought they wanted more from him, and I just thought he wasn't producing in our system. So that's why they ended up getting Devin Bush, who again I'm really happy with. I think it's a good signing. Because in Devin Bush and DeMarco Jackson, we've now got the 2 linebackers that graded the highest in coverage in the NFL last season. They were number 1 and 2 linebackers in coverage and grading. So that's obviously a thing they wanted to improve in the middle of the field. So but you're right. A lot of our backfield got burnt, didn't they? Sorry, mate. You can see sometimes there'd be a deep touchdown and then Brisker's just trying to make ground, or Bayard has lost a yard of pace. Caesar Gardner-Johnson was great for a fit,
all right in the box. He was good in the box, but
But we saw what happened to him against Green Bay. That Dobbs touchdown from the slot, they just did it every time. He hasn't got that coverage pace. So he was great when he was here. So Scrolls, good to see you, man. Welcome in. He says my auntie had the need for speed until we put her in a rehab center. Drugs are bad, okay. But yeah, so I think you're right. We've increased the speed, and I think we've increased the coverage ability. But yeah, we need to see what happens with these DBs in training camp. Hopefully Elijah Hicks will be back soon, and Terrell Smith isn't too bad. But I'm glad we got Jalen Jones back. I always thought that when he was covering in depth on the outside slot corner anyway, he was pretty good. I thought he did okay for a backup. So we'll see where we go, man. Training camp's just started. Let's just let's hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, we're only sort of 2 days of padded practice. So it's early days, and
come on, Chris, come back to me. We've lost him again. There he is.
No, but basically what's happening is like both of our screens are going dead, and there's like the circle loading circle.
Oh, okay.
So
that sounds like your end. I think that's your end, mate. Because mine's still okay. I'm talking to you, and you've frozen.
Yeah, but I'm the same. You're frozen. I'm still okay.
Yeah, but you're frozen at your end. I don't know. Whatever. That's I can't.
Are you saying there's something different between northern and southern internet providers? Is this where we're going, you big southerner?
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Ours is powered by pigeons and whippets.
Yeah. And flat caps. It's gone again. See, what's going on? Look. Oh, I can't deal with this kind of stuff. This northern internet. Let's hope our northern prime minister sorts it out.
Hey, it will do, mate. It will do. Thank God.
Anyway, right. So we talking of linebackers. That's one of the position battles. Sorry, linebackers. Yeah, I've got that down as one of my position battles to watch. Actually, I was interested to see how that sort of shakes out. So that's certainly one of them. It's not the headline one. Is the linebacker slots, but I think I'll be interested to see how they kind of fit them all in. With TJ Edwards coming back, obviously DeMarco Jackson did really well last year. Devin Bush. So there's your first 3 for starters. Then you've got there's Ruben Hippolyte. There's our draft pick. What was his name? You said him earlier. There's the draft pick, and then we've got who else was there? There's several others. Like Jack Sanborn's back. Obviously Noah Sewell, Nephi Sewell. It's just tons of linebackers in the training camp. So obviously we're not keeping them all, but I'll be interested to see how they kind of decide on our first 2 and 3. So I mean, it might mean with the coverage capability of them that we don't play so much nickel. If we can't get Kyler Gordon fit, then I guess we'll play more sort of traditional 4-3. But I think the linebackers are one to watch actually. I think in this training camp.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with Edwards as well, because I know he's coming back from that broken fibia. Because I must admit, I mean, I really like him as a player, but I must admit, like when Jackson replaced him, you could see the difference in open speed. Like side to side. Him getting to the ball. Carry a lot quicker than Edwards would, but I think Edwards just got that sort of distinctive middle linebacker senses. A bit like Sanborn. I think that's how he's managed to sort of stay in the league for the last 2 years. He ain't the quickest guy, but he's just got really good instincts to where the ball's going to go. Yeah.
So position battle wise, then, mate, I think centre. There's been some news coming out the last couple of days that seems to be Garrett Bradbury is sort of streets ahead. He's kind of winning that competition with Logan Jones. I don't know what you've seen about that.
I want Bradbury to beat him out. The guy's just been on a Super Bowl winning team. not a winning team, but he's been to the Super Bowl, and also as well, he's got the experience as well, and like everything I've heard from like the coaches or whatever, he's very vocal, very detailed, and I just think it'd just be nice to have the rookie just sit behind him, learn what he needs.
Here he goes again.
There's a gap fit, between him and then the rookie starting. So I want him to start. To be honest with you, I think it's
interesting comment from the Scrolls.
I don't agree, mate. I think the only way Bradbury will lose his job is if he gets injured, because it's such an important position in the centre, and you can see the difference for Caleb when he had a decent centre in front of him last season with Dalton. And I'd rather have somebody who's got experience rather than a rookie, even if he's really good. But you never know, mate, he could be completely right. He might have a blazing training camp, and who knows. But I personally, I prefer to have Bradbury in, just due to the experience the guy's got.
Fair enough. It looks like he's got the edge at the minute, but there's a long way to go in training camp. Absolutely.
That's right.
Obviously, the left tackle one is one that everyone's talking about, isn't it? So
yeah,
Braxton Jones was with the ones again today. Excuse me. He was with the ones again. Interestingly, though, is the Theo Benedette thing, isn't it? He seems to be he's been training at right tackle rather than sort of left tackle, because he was supposed to be part of the competition, wasn't he? But he's not getting a sniff. It seems to be Braxton Jones, Jedrick Wills, and then Armagaji. So, it looks like at the moment Braxton Jones is sort of leading the way with his experience, and is they're saying he's in good shape. So I guess we'll have to see, won't we? Again, preseason will tell. It always changes now. The pads are on. It's very different from just doing it in sort of shells and stuff. But we'll see how he goes in training camp. But again, Braxton Jones seems to be in pole position. So
yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
Sorry, mate. Just go back to Scrolls. It's like I like to, when people got a bit of knowledge, I like this. He says that Scrolls he's watched a lot of Logan at Iowa. Oh, so of course they got an amazing record for producing centers, haven't they? So he's a dominant center. Going to be hard to keep him on the bench once he gets up to NFL speed. So I mean that's a fair take, I say. I mean he won the award for the best center in the league last year, in college last year, didn't he? So
that's right.
Hopes are high. So I think he's a center of the future for sure, and it'll be interesting to see when he does step in. But at the moment, they go with the experience of Bradbury, like you say, went to the Super Bowl last year, because communication is important on that. So I think they're probably going to be getting Bradbury to sort of bring him on and see where he goes. But that'll be one to watch, is when he ends up. Logan Jones is clearly going to be the one they plan on being the centre. So we'll see when it sort of happens, really.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely the centre of the future, isn't it? I mean, that's why he's there. And
it just depends when that future is, whether it's week 3 as a things or next season. But we'll see. Yeah, fun to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, are you gone again? Are you frozen again? And is he back?
Luther Burden the third as well. I saw a clip of him, and he did an awesome over the shoulder catch with tight.
I missed the first few seconds of that, mate. I missed the start of that little piece. Do you want to start again?
Yeah, I was just saying, Luther Burden, I think he's having a really good camp. I saw a bit of a clip of him today where he caught a pass over the shoulder under tight coverage, and everything I hear from the coaches are all buzzing about, and they're saying he's he's going to be on fire this year. And I mean, the thing I like about him is it's not only his speed and his catching ability, but he always makes yardage after the catch. He always seems to either make the first man miss or run over a guy. He always seems to get yardage after the catch. So I think he could be.
Right on cue, Foster. Chris is the 7-Eleven Slurpee, frozen. Oh, he's back. He's back. Excellent.
I mean, how much do you think the loss of DJ Moore is going to have a massive impact on the receiver core? Because I watched a few of the games from last season. He really did make some important catches for the Chicago Bears last season, DJ Moore did. Yeah. And I would just miss that bit of the experience, because Roma Dunze has only been here. This will be his 3rd season. Luther Burden to be his 2nd. So we're not really got much experience in the wide receiver core. Really. What are your thoughts about the wide receivers?
I'm really excited about it, to be honest, mate. From what I'm seeing in camp, I think you're right. You're going to miss sort of DJ's kind of veteran presence in that room, but ultimately, I think in terms of production, I don't know. I don't really think we're going to miss him. And I'd say I love DJ. He's a great guy. I think he's a bit of a warrior. I think he got a lot of shit for unnecessarily for the sort of some of the comments about his play, but I think the production's gonna be insane. I cannot wait to see this offense. From what I'm seeing in terms of some of the clips from the report and the reports coming out, like Burden is having a great camp. Xavier Thomas seems to be getting a great connection with Tyson Bagent and making plays. Let's say going to get him involved more than just a gadget play and a kick returner. Roma seems like he's back to his best, making plays. Khalif Raymond is looking good as well. So I think you combine those guys, and obviously Jade Walker's got another year in the system. So Colson Loveland, Cole Kmet, and then obviously Roush as well. I think the weapons are insane on this offense.
Yeah.
I think I can't wait to see it. I just can't. Year 2 in this offense, we're going to see much more. So one of the sort of chapters we said about one of the talking points in the show notes was about Ben Johnson's offensive evolution, and I really think we're going to see it. I think we're going to see much more in terms of variations and sort of change ups and just different changes. I think we're going to see a load more kind of like wrinkles into his offense, and I'm so excited about the weapons we've got. Hard to describe it in terms of missing DJ, but I think there's going to be so many options. And it's trying to, Scrolls is like, Xavier Thomas as a Tyreek Hill arch. I think if they can get him involved, man, he's going to it can take a top of a defense anywhere in the anywhere on the field. If he can beat his first man, no one's going to catch him. I mean, if he's seen that one, some of his college tape where there's that guy is a player. I think it's like a reasonable sort of distance, like a medium out, and he bounces off 3 players and is up the sideline and gone. It's like Trips, man. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome to the show.
How you doing, Trips? How you doing, mate?
So I think I'm just excited. I think we're going to forget DJ Moore pretty quickly. I'm grateful for what he did, but I totally agree with what you said. There's on the NFL Game Pass, there's an hour sort of highlight reel of Caleb's best plays from last season, and I noticed as well the amount of them that went to DJ Moore, like critical plays, critical third downs, fourth downs, game-winning touchdowns. DJ Moore was the one that was there for him, all the time. So, I think in terms of those moments, I honestly think this is where the comfort blanket kind of reliable vet. This is where I think Colston Loveland's going to step into. I think he's going to be his go-to guy. This is going to be like Mahomes and Kelsey. This is going to be, from what I'm seeing, I cannot wait again to see Colston Loveland. We're going to see why he took him at number, in the top 10 in the draft. I think he's exceptional. So the trajectory he's on. I'm hoping for great things. He could be like one of the greats in Chicago Bears history at this early point. From seeing him take off last season, I just think if they get that connection going, because how do you can't stop him. I think you can't. He's wherever he goes is a mismatch. A linebacker can't cover him. And, a cornerback can't deal with his strength and size.
And his
Cannot wait, man. Cannot wait. So I know, in asking the question, I don't think we're going to miss DJ Moore in terms of production. I think the offense is going to be explosive, man. Which is
it's so weird. It's so weird, though, Jason, that we're actually talking of a Bears offense like this.
I know.
Words like explosive, wide receiver can take the top off the game. How many years? I mean, there haven't been many years we can say that as a Bears fan, and also as well with it being the second year for Caleb, he's going to be able to take more on board regarding the number of plays he can do. He doesn't. He doesn't have to sort of, all the sort of pre-snap stuff looks like it's becoming second nature to it.
Yeah. Well, second nature, unlike Chris's internet connection.
So it's so strange being a Bears fan, thinking that we've got hopefully one of the elite offenses of the NFL and the elite play caller, which is even better.
I know, man. This could be exciting, couldn't it? I know that our show tonight was called "The Saga Continues." Maybe next year it'll be called "The Dynasty Begins." It's like, it's just exciting. As an offer, like I say, there's never been a time like it as a Bears fan. We normally run the ball down your throat, and then defense will smash your face in. That's what we do. But we've now got like a top 10 graded quarterback, apparently, according to the pundits in the off season. A clutch playmaker, the quarterback on the cover of Madden, for God's sake.
Yes.
I love it from Trips. The power of polls compels you. Darnell Wright edition. Yeah, we've seen that, man. And Evie, I saw that DeAndre Swift interview
Yeah,
on
he
the NFL
did, yeah.
Network, which was a really interesting thing about what he mentioned on there, which is something that he said he hasn't seen very often, is that the head coach, Ben Johnson, was installing the run game. And that's how detail obsessed and intense our head coach is. The head coach, was installing the run game for the guys on offense. So,
Yeah.
and it's something that DeAndre Swift said he doesn't really see much of. It's not normal. But yeah, I love our head coach, man. He's intense. He's a football psychopath in the best possible way. And I'm excited what these two, him and Caleb, can do for the next 10 years, man. Let's fucking get it. I can't wait for football, buddy.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Well, funny you said that, mate, because I think we should move on to our season predictions. Obviously, it's 17-0 for you because you're such a homer.
17-0, that's it, done. Put that one in the book.
You're just like Dan. I mean, Dan's like predicting 3 Super Bowls in a row. So, he's way out there on his predictions. But nice and positive, which is good. But yeah, we'll go through our sort of thoughts about the 2026 schedule. And obviously, the Bears have got either or one of the hardest schedules in the league, haven't they, this year? Just due to how they finished winning the conference last year. So we have got I sort of went through it today and I was thinking, fucking hell, man, that is a really, really tough schedule. You know what I mean? You got like a few where you got like quite a few teams all bunched together in games, but we'll start off with the first game, which is away against the Carolina Panthers. I put this down as a win. I know the Panthers crept into the playoffs last year, but I think our defense will be too much for their QB, and I think our offense is going to shred them.
Yeah. I mean, the Panthers crept in the playoffs because their entire division was arse cheeks.
Terrible.
Why?
Yeah.
Terrible. I mean, it's like, that's how they got in the playoffs. So I'm gonna make a note then of this while we're going. I'll write mine down, even though I'll resist the urge to go 17-0
even I did get to a point where I thought, oh man, I'm going to be like 7-0, and I kept so I sort of looked back and went, maybe that might be a bit of a tough game. So we're both up for a win on the first game against the Panthers.
Yeah. Panthers, yeah, no contest. Minnesota, are you there? Are you back, mate? Come on.
Mate. Yeah. It's you go off as well, but. It's I'll say the second game is the home game against the Vikings. I put that down as a win. I think they're still sort of not sure who their starting quarterback's going to be.
Yeah,
I've never really sort of overrated the guy they brought over from the Cardinals. I think he's a bit hot and cold sometimes, and I think if you get pressure on him because he's quite a short guy, then especially if you get pressure at the middle, I think that'll really sort of stop him playing well. But I think. As well, I remember watching an interview with Ben Johnson. He said we were 2-4 against our divisional rivals, which needs to improve massively. So,
yeah,
I'm putting down the Vikings as a win for the second one. What about yourself?
Same, yeah. I think they lost Greenard, didn't they? On defense, their defense will still be great because Mike Flores is a fucking defensive genius, like animal. So they've lost a bit of some veterans, haven't they? But I think our offense is going to be something to stop in it. And I'd say I'm a different from you and your view of Kyler Murray a little bit, maybe, mate. He worries me a little bit. I think he's one of those players that can, on his day, he can play. So, they don't know who their quarterback is. I think JJ McCarthy they're starting to believe is probably a bit of a mistake. But again, you never know. You can't write a guy off in his second year, but he was injured the whole of the first year, wasn't he? So. I'm still fucking pissed that we let him come behind to win in their first game last year. That was ridiculous how that happened.
You know what, Jason? I was just going to bring that up, and the thing that irritated me was how the press anointed this.
I know, yeah,
like the second coming of fucking Bart Starr or something.
I know.
It really did piss me off because it was first game of the season, and we all had high hopes of the new Ben Johnson here, and it was a little bit of a slap in the face on it, really. But
yeah, I've got it as a win, though. I think this is another first home game. The crowd will be up for it. The guys will be on the money. I think we'll win that. I think we'll beat them. We'll beat them.
I completely agree. Next game is a home game reversing the Eagles.
Yeah,
I put this down as a loss.
Did you?
I think the Eagles are going to be really good again this season. I reckon it'll be a tight game. But then again, we did absolutely hammer them last year, didn't we? You see,
In their backyard.
So I think it could be a game that could sort of go either way, really. But I think that could be a potential for us first loss. What are your thoughts, Jason?
Win next.
Well, the next game is a home game versus the Jets, and I'm putting that down as a win. Come on, we got.
What else is there to say? I mean, they're gonna be better, aren't they? Surely, but at the same time, nah. I think the thing to remember here, like you said, we have got the toughest schedule. The thing is, we had one of the toughest schedules last year.
That's right.
And look where we ended up, because it flip-flopped from being the toughest at the start to the easiest at the end, or vice versa. That's right. I think we started off with like the easiest schedule or something, and then we've moved on to like as we went to the halfway through the season, they said, "Oh, they got the toughest schedule." But ultimately, it's still 11 on 11 on the field, man. And the way I see it is, players are not going to want their teams aren't going to want to play us either. We're the Chicago Bears now. Do you know what I mean? This is Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. This is they've got to play us, man. And if you want to beat the best, you got to be the best, don't you? So I just think. Yeah, I'm not. I don't fear anyone anymore, man. Not with this coach and QB combination. So I think we kind of remember that we're actually quite good, and I know we're not used to it as Bears fans. And I'm sure all the fucking Packers and Lions fans are going, "Oh, you've had one good season. Let's see, shall we?" I'm not having it. Yeah. This is here to stay, man. I'm telling you. So
all I say that to a Lion fan is you haven't won jack shit since 1958. So go and suck mine on, mate.
Show me your Super Bowls. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
whatever.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, fuck you, mate. Anyway.
So, Jets win. We got Jets down as a win, yeah? I think we're all agreed on that one.
It's away against the Packers, week 5. And I all the time I've been doing podcasting, which is probably about 5 to 6 years now, I never bet against the Bears, against the Packers. I always put the Bears as a win because I hate the Packers. And I think we've got them. I think we got their number. And I think we could be their bogey team in our division. So I think we're gonna beat them at their place. What do you think?
Of course I do, man. This is now 5 wins in a row. 5 wins in a row for me. Yeah, I'm like you. I will never ever, as long as my arsehole points downwards, predict a Packers win against the Bears. Never, ever. So
I've never heard that phrase before in my life, and I'm going to use that tomorrow. That is such a good fucking phrase, man.
So. No way. They're going to be without Micah Parsons still. They haven't got a first-round pick for this year or next year. So their first-round pick from last year, their wide receiver they chose in the first round, has as many receiving touchdowns last season as our quarterback. So well done them. I'm agree. We're going to beat Green Bay again. We were one pick away from sweeping them last year. So, to say that it is a competition again. Like we've won 3 of the last 4. Is it 4 of 5, 4 of 6? Sort of that. Yeah, it's a competitive rivalry again. And we were that close to one slightly underthrown pass in the end zone to Cole Kmet away from sweeping them last year. So, Green Bay win. Let's do it. Smash the cheese.
So, next game is away at the Falcons, which I imagine Dad will be going to because he lives near Atlanta. I've got this down as a win, even though I do really like their running back. I think he's probably one of the best running backs in the league. And I can't remember his name at all. But he's an absolute beaut. But I've got that.
Sorry, what did you say? Go again.
I would say I'm a real big fan of their running back.
Bijan Robinson.
That's the one.
Who just today signed a record-breaking new deal because he was holding in, wasn't he? They just made him the richest running back in history. Earns more per year than Saquon Barkley. So
it is.
They paid him. He's good. Player. He's good. Yeah.
But I've got that down as a win. What are you thinking?
Yeah, same. Win.
So basically, you're 6-0 at this moment in time.
We're now on a six-game win streak to start the season. That's our role, mate. I'm Mr. Positive. I know I'm not a pundit. I'm just an idiot fan. So I'll chuck a couple of wins in here to try and look like I'm some sort of normal human being, but I try and bluff it. A couple of losses in. I'll chuck a couple of losses in, but I will see where they are. We'll let you know.
I mean, the next couple of games are tough. We're at home against the Patriots. I've got that down as a loss.
Win for me.
Is that win for you? I think that could go either way. I think it's a bit like the Eagles. I think that could be a finely balanced game, and I think it'll be whoever makes the big plays in the game is going to win that. Next game's away at the Seahawks. I got it down as a loss, so I got 2 losses in a row. What are you thinking about that game?
I got that down as a loss. Yeah, that's my away at the
Is that
Seahawks.
the loss of the season then?
Well, let's not spoil the suspense. I'll keep you guessing. Just wait and see. But no, yeah, I think that's a tough game, and going to the Super Bowl champs. Although we did that last season and smashed him in the face and ran all over him. But
That's true.
this might be a bit too much. But yeah, I thought that down as a loss, mate. Away at the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So the tough one for me then will be, because that's the middle of our stretch of 3 primetime games in a row. So do I stay up for a 1:15 a.m. kickoff on a Thursday night to see us lose potentially against the Seahawks? I might watch that one Friday night when I get back in from work. So
yeah, but that'll be a Friday morning watch for me. I don't know. I enjoy it because I enjoy watching the games. Because it's a live game, and that's how you should watch sport when it's live. But it's just like when it gets to like 3 o'clock in the morning, it feels like I'm just trying to stay up for the hell of it. You know what I mean? I don't particularly enjoy it because I'm tired, and I don't really particularly enjoy. I'm tired, so I'm not enjoying the game as much as I should do. So I'll probably watch that in the morning. Next game,
Relentless Mikey.
Hey!
Mikey, great. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Mikey. Hope you're doing well, you cheeky bastard. Next game, home against the Buccaneers. I put that as a win, but I think it'll be a really, really tough game. I've always rated Baker Mayfield as a quarterback. I love his story, how he was a walk-on at university, and he's a tough guy, and he's gone up and down in his career, but he seems to be hitting good form over the last couple of years. But I think we'll beat him at home. I just think we'll be too much for him.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's Buccaneers, they're good. They've lost a couple of them, like Devin White, wasn't it? I think there's a linebacker, the solid vet. He's gone. I think he's signed by didn't Green Bay sign him, I think. But Mayfield's good, isn't he? He had a lot of spectacular games last year, didn't he? Too, Baker Mayfield. So, but yeah, again, we're at home. Our offense by this point is absolutely on fire. We're putting up flipping 35 a game against everyone. So, King Booker World in the house. Good to see you, man. The British Bears are back. Good to see you, man. Welcome everyone. Yeah, it's really great to see all you folk in the chat, man. It's going to say it's such a good. I'm just so happy to see all you guys, man. Back again. Football's nearly here. Yeah, let's get it. But yeah, brilliant.
Yeah,
you guys make me smile. So thanks for being there.
It's great when you see like names you know from like the previous years, and it's so nice because it's like we're a bit of a community. So.
Trips is saying, why do I have the taste for some baked beans on garlic toast? That's a weird one. Garlic
bread. Garlic bread. It's the future.
It's the future. Beans. I love. Jason, you haven't got any prettier since last time I saw you. That's very kind of you to say, Mike. What's on there? I deleted him? Oh, there he is. Yeah. No, you're right, mate. It's the summer's taking its toll on me, Mikey. It's too fucking hot, buddy. I don't like it. And you can see my hair now. I normally have my hat on, but it's too damn hot to wear a cap. So I don't have much hair. So yeah, I'm not getting any prettier. But then there's no alternative to getting old, isn't there? So you don't want that.
Well, I mean, obviously I've still got my locks, and I'm in my 50s.
Jelly heels. School.
Have you ever actually tried jellied eels?
As a kid, yeah, growing up in London, yeah, disgusting.
In London town.
Absolutely disgusting stuff.
It's something I'd never ever dream about eating at all. I'm telling you, no
absolutely
chance,
grim.
Man.
No, why would you do that?
Especially when you think if they come out the Thames as well, man. Oh God.
Bangers and mash trips. This is becoming a food show, like the BCP Thursday night. Trips is saying bangers and mash. Now that is a British great. That is, mate. Bangers
that is a great dish.
Absolutely.
That is my favourite sort of like autumn winter dish. And I usually have them when I watch it. I usually sort of have bangers and mash when it's like a 6 o'clock PM game for us. I usually have that game dinner. So I mean, I know you're vegan, but you can get vegan sausages and
plant-based sausages. Yeah, exactly. Onion gravy, mustard mash, flipping bang, get it in. I'll do that, mate. We'll have a chat and we'll have to have a sort of joint bangers and mash game.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah. So the following week
Anyway.
is our bye week, which is better time than it was last year, where I believe it was like week 5 or something last
Week
year.
5, early
We
bye,
had
yeah.
a bye last year, which was really early, so we're more or less banging a dead centre of the season. So the next game after the bye week is a home game against the Saints. That's got to be a win. That's got to be a win. I know nothing about the Saints, to be honest with you, and I just feel like
bad last year, weren't they? So
yeah, they were bad, and I can't see them improving that much.
I think they were in cap space hell as well, weren't they? They were in cap space.
Oh, really?
Hell. Yeah, right. So I think they've had to have a bit of a clear out. So I think they're rebuilding. So yeah, I'll go for New Orleans at home. That's a win for me. Yeah.
Cool. And then it's Thanksgiving Day game against the Lions at their place. I put this down as a loss, and I didn't really.
I probably should.
I didn't really want to. I didn't want to because I didn't. I like it.
I'm going to go stick my neck right out and say we're going to sweep the Lions next year.
I'm just hoping they don't become our sort of bogey team. You know, the team what we just can't seem to beat. And us as well. Then again, though, there's a bit of me thinking, well, this is Ben Johnson, isn't it? This will be his second crack at playing them at their place. And, you know, he wants revenge, you know what I mean? Because it all got a bit personal, didn't it, with Detroit last year, with their fans, when we played them at their place. You know, they made it like this massive big thing. So I imagine if we really wanted to win them. But I've got them down as a loss on that one, unfortunately. Next game.
I'm going to say win. Let me just remind you, where is it? Let me find that. This is just a reminder of this is the British Lions podcast, when the news broke that we were signing Ben Johnson as our head coach.
Neil's does really well against the blitz because of his legs, because he can extend plays and how their offensive line works. You blitz him, you can replace the man with a ball. They had the perfect game plan for that. Quick kick passes out to the outside.
What? Ben's going to Chicago. It's official.
Fuck off!
Oh, Jesus Christ. You've got to do this to us on air. We're getting...
Fuck off.
We're having to
bollocks.
talk about this game again, and then we lose Ben to the Bears. Oh, you know what? My hate level for them's just gone through the roof now. Screw the Rams, screw the Vikings. I hate the Bears.
Oh, I love that. That's me laugh.
Can I just say, I know this is truth. They all look like a bunch of fucking nerds. I don't know. I've never seen a bunch of nerds.
Don't make it personal, man. Just a man.
I'm making it personal because that motherfucker.
Oh, I was going to try and get them on the show at some point.
I don't want to talk to a fucking Lion fan, man. Kiss my ass. Yeah, exactly.
There you go, Foster. Bears are 11-9 on Thanksgiving against the Lions all time. How about that? Let's make it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, Armando. I love that clip too. Yeah, I love that clip. It makes me laugh.
He's got a good point. Yeah, because I do remember last time we played them at their place on Thanksgiving and we beat them quietly on. So, yeah, I mean, we have got good form against them, Foster. You're right there, mate. Next game, home game against the Jaguars. I've got that as a win.
Same. You know I have.
I know you have. Have you heard about their head coach more than about...
Fucking what a pussy. Oh, fucking up. Yeah, get a good quarterback. Try that. Then you might get some attention. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I know. It's just, how sad is that? They're like, moaning that other team's getting all the attention. Oh, piss off. Just be better. Then you'll get the attention.
At the end of the day, your Jacksonville Jaguars are in a really small market, which is so small they're trying to move to London. So it says it all to me. And worry about your own team, head coach for their team. Next game is away at the Dolphins. Luckily, it's late on the season, so we won't be playing in like an oven.
It's still be horrible there, though, won't it?
Yeah, but it's usually very humid, isn't it? I've got that down as a win. I think the Dolphins are sort of in a massive rebuild at the moment. You know, they traded their quarterback away. So I think we're going to beat them, mate. I think the Bears will be dancing in the sunshine in that game. What do you reckon, mate?
Yeah, win.
Win. Right, next game. Away at the Bills. I got this down as a loss. I think the Bills are they're going to be a hard team to beat this next season. You know, and I think they've got a good chance of. Yeah, good point, Kim Booker. Why not? Why not?
Crooked Commish in the house. Great to see you, man. Thanks for joining us.
How you doing, brother? But
yeah,
what do you reckon about the Bills? The Bills
At
game.
the Bills, yeah, I've got that as a loss, man. That's
Yeah.
they're a tough team. They're a good team, aren't they, man? Just yeah. I'm going
And
for a loss
then-
of that. I think we won't cope.
And then it's the big home game.
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day when they're playing.
Bears might put 80 on the Dolphins. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Again,
man.
they were cheeks, weren't they, this year? The Dolphins are terrible.
Yeah.
Although Armando says they've always given the Bears fits on wary this game. So I agree. You know, they're obviously the only one that stopped us being undefeated in the 85 season, weren't they? But times have changed, man. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down with the win for them. But yeah,
I've got
Christmas Day at Soldier Field against the Packers.
Yeah, I've got that down as a win. And home. And then the next game is home against the Lions. I got that down as a win. I think really that maybe could be like a divisional decider. You know, if everybody's sort of playing like they did do last year in the North Division, I think that could be a really, really important game. So but I've got that down as a win. What do you reckon?
Foster, wash your mouth out. That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. DJ scores the winning TD for the Bills.
Wouldn't surprise me, mate. Well, that'd be just usual.
Yeah. No, but the last game, you know, so Detroit, I got at home as a win. Yeah, like I said, we're going to sweep them. Why not? You know me. I live in fantasy land. Just, but then I'm for the last game, we're at the Vikings.
That's right.
And I'm going to put that down as a loss because we'll be resting all our starters by then. We'll be resting our starters. I'll be putting out the third string to keep, you know, because we won the division. We've wrapped up the number one. We've wrapped up the number one seed because at that point we're 15-2 by my reckoning. Oh no, sorry, 14-2 by my reckoning, and then we'll just go into that with our backups so we can rest the starters for the bye week going into this as the number one seed. Boom.
I didn't even think about that, mate. That's such a good call. But I put it down as a win.
Well, you can do that. You can have that. I'll let you do that. It's fine.
Yeah, I put it down as a win because I think it could be really crucial for the playoff positions. Really, I'm not saying the Vikings are a playoff team, but we should be, and it could be crucial to get that.
They're just well coached, aren't they? They're really well coached, aren't they? That's
Really.
The head coach is really good. Their defense is pretty hot, but yeah, I'm just I say we're resting our starters by then.
Yeah. So my results for the 2026 season is the Bears going 12-5.
Mine's 14-3.
All right, so that's not bad, mate. At least there's a bit of reality in your results.
I know. I just you know me. If I predict every game, I say we're going to win. You go into every game thinking you're going to win, don't you? But
I do, yeah.
Well, no, we won't win all of them. We probably won't win all of them. But I was just chuck a couple of L's in there.
Yeah. So, but I'm predicting that we're going to repeat as NFC North champs again.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just been quite irritating seeing.
Scrolls is funny. Foster used to babysit Don Shula. Get in.
But I mean, I'm a little bit sort of, like you mentioned earlier on, Jason. Especially in the off season where people put power rankings up and things like that. And the Bears seem to have been pretty slagged off, I think, throughout. Perhaps everybody thinks they're going to regress. I don't see that. I think the offense is going to get better than it was last year. That was the first season.
Yeah. Relentless Mikey says, what month do you have Justin Jefferson asking for a trade, lol? Yeah.
October. We'll give it to October, Mikey. But yeah, I mean, I think the offense is going to be better. I think...
Just want to shout out for Cricket Commish. He's doing his show. Just give him a shout out, plug for his little his show over there. He's on at 8 Central tonight. Former Bears kicker Paul Eddinger will be on the show. So check that out, you guys, after you finish with us.
Yeah, I'm going to say, Cricket, you're always welcome to come on our show as well, mate, if you fancy coming on as a guest.
Absolutely. Any of you guys, man. We'd love to chat with you fellas. If you can.
I really want to get Kim Booker on. We've got to get you on this year, Kim Booker, because when you were on Dan's show, you were brilliant. And so anybody in the chat, or especially people sort of outside of America, but not necessarily, if you ever fancy coming on as a guest, you're always welcome because we're all Bears fans and we're all part of the same community. So I think we're going to be NFC champs again, NFC North champs again. And
he says it'll happen this season, fellas. That's it. I'll hold you to that, Booker.
Yeah, we'll hold you to that, mate, at the end of the season.
Yeah, exactly, Commish. We'll have to the time zones make this an absolute pain in the arse, which is why I can never get really on to see you guys on a Thursday. So since I work Friday, so yeah, it's the time zone's a bit of a pain in the backside. But yeah, give us a shout if you can do it. Just message Shorty and yeah,
we'll sort it out.
There's Armando says there's a reason Sean won't have me on his show. I'm sure there is. You guys go back a long way, don't you? So yeah.
You're welcome.
Anyway, sorry, mate. Yeah, everyone's welcome. Give us a shout. Send Shorty a message, and we'll get you on if we can. We'd love to chat to you guys. But yeah, what's cracking then, Chris? What else you got to say, mate?
I don't know. I think we should sort of wrap the show up, really. I mean, next week's show.
I've got to remember how to do this now. Hang on, bear with me. Bloody hell, hold on. Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
okay.
So
I'm still in pre-season myself.
Yeah, we're still in pre-season, man. You know what I mean? We've only just come out of, this is like our first padded practice of the season. And also as well, it's the first time me and Jason really spoke to each other for like 8 months. So I think next week we'll be previewing the Bears' first pre-season game against the Titans. I know pre-season.
No, the Browns, isn't it? I think.
Oh, it's in the Browns. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Browns, and us as well. It's sort of a decent time for us as well.
That's right. That one's at 6. Yeah, 6 p.m. for us. Yeah, which is nice because the other two are like midnight stuff. So yeah.
So we'll preview that game, and obviously we all know that pre-season games aren't really about the results; it's about individual players' performances. So we'll call out players what we're looking out for and things like that. So anything more you want to add, Jason?
Well, quickly actually, I made a little note here because obviously I listened to last Thursday's show from the guys on BCP, and I had to sort of laugh at Shorty's little rant about Kyler Gordon and his calf. So I'm going to address that little moment for Shorty for his benefit. Hang on, where am I going here? Right, there's comments. So, what have I done? Hang on, there we go. Well, that's interesting. So Mahomes Scholes is saying Mahomes doesn't look good in camp. That knee isn't kneeing. The NFL needs Caleb to be the new face of the league. Refs should be in our pocket. Yeah, I'll go with that. Hopefully that'll be nice. But sorry. So we're talking about Shorty lost his mind a bit about Kyler Gordon, saying that he's got his contract and now Carl, bless him, was quite good at sort of being the voice of reason a bit and saying that he doesn't choose to be injured. So I can just maybe to shed some light on it for Shorty. My sort of qualifications for this is that I think I said to you on the phone, didn't I, that I qualified as a sports therapist in 2006. I worked with Reading's football team, like a reserves and academy teams, as a sort of physio assistant. So, and I did sort of exercise rehab therapy, sports massage, some other stuff. So I know a bit about physiology and injuries and stuff. And then also last year I hurt myself skiing. I tore my calf, right? So
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, it was a grade 1 tear, so it was a minor thing. I thought it was a bruise, but it was just like, it was sore. I couldn't really walk on it very well. And that was just a minor tear in my calf, okay? So this is why they're taking their time with him, because that's what they said it isn't. They said it's a calf injury, which means it's a calf tear. So muscles tear, that's what happens to them. You got either bruising or tear. So if it's bruising, he wouldn't be out this long. So it's clearly a tear. If it's grade 1, it's like a few weeks. I had a grade 1 tear. I thought there was nothing much of it. And then I just carried on going to work, treated it like a bruise, and I just got on with stuff. We had a vehicle get stuck in the mud at work, because I work at a country park, like a park ranger. And I pushed this vehicle out of the mud. And when I did it, I tore my calf again and made it a grade 2 tear. So I had to go, and it's back to Scrolls says I'm back to work. But yeah, Scrolls, I went back to work and then I made it worse. I made a grade 2 tear, which obviously to my wife's horror was about 8 weeks before our wedding. And I was told I couldn't do any exercise for 12 weeks. That's what I was told. Nothing for 12 weeks, because I basically gone a load of way through the muscle to make it, and you can see it now when I tense my leg. There's like basically a hole in the side of my calf where it tore.
Wow.
So, and that's what I mean. Calves are really, really important, and they're like really easy to re-injure. So, Mikey, Kyler sneezing and up on IR. You guys are terrible. So there's a reason why, and I get it. Yeah, exactly. there's a reason why they're being careful with him, because last year was a nightmare. I mean, before that, he averaged 14 games a season, so he hasn't been completely injury free, but it's not been like this sort of hospital case that everyone's making out. Last year was terrible, and it was really bad, and you can be unlucky. So I think it's a bit hard to sort of throw him under the bus after one sort of bad season of injury, because when you come back from injury, you're favouring one part of the muscle. You've got to relearn, movement again. So yeah, I mean, I think Shorty was a bit harsh on him. And if he's got a calf, we need him to come back when he's ready, to be honest. You don't want to see him out there for a minute too soon. So if it is, it might be a few weeks. We don't know yet. Then they're being very cagey. So that's why Shorty, he's not choosing to sort of loaf about doing his stuff and not playing football. He's basically, if he's got a calf, then they've got to really rehab it carefully. Well, damn it, Shorty, half listening. Come back and listen to it properly. And then you can just take in what I'm saying and then just not being such a harsh fellow on the poor old Tyler.
I'm going to say that like a slight telling off by you, Jason.
Chicago Clubhouse, good to see you, man. Thanks for joining us. We're just about to wrap up, so feel free to go back and watch the show and from the beginning. Yeah, but that was the only thing I wanted to mention about that. Other than that, yes, I think everyone's seen the sort of recap of today's padded practice. There's a long way to go yet. I think I'm impressed with our weapons, the way the offense is rolling. Obviously, a bit of a bad day today in terms of some pre-snap issues, a fumbled snap between Bradbury and Caleb Williams. So yeah, Mikey's got it right. Short. He says, "Fuck your meeting. This is the British Bears."
We keep telling him that, Mike. We keep saying that. But anything more you want to add, Jason?
No, just maybe that. Yes, or say no, and then I start speaking. But yes, basically, Kentavious Street had a good day today. The D tackle that people were saying was like a rotation piece. He was in the backfield quite a lot. And also, I believe Gallimore has been showing. I think Dennis Allen actually said in his press conference that he's actually he's got more suddenness and quickness about his play than they thought. So they're kind of pleased with him. So we're hoping if we can keep all our D linemen fresh, Deo's motivated and excited and ready to go. Obviously, him, I want Booker to have a good season. Clearly, we're hoping for a breakout. So yeah, I mean, let's just hold our breath. Wait till we see. I can't wait for the joint practices. That's when things get really heated up. Obviously, we broke the Miami Dolphins last year, didn't we? And the tone is set by a head coach, and that's what we're getting. We are now a tough team to play against. You remember the stat from last year? And this is I'm not doing a stat bomb because we're not in full pads yet here on the British Bears. But for the stat from last year was the game after the teams played the Bears. Only twice did the team we play win their next game. That's the sort of team we are to play against. When you play, you better bring your lunch money because we're going to smash you in the mouth all game long. So that's the mentality set by this team from the head coach. So only twice did the team win their game following our game. So we're a tough team to play against, man, and that's going to start now.
That did deserve a stat bomb, I think. So that were really interesting, that stat, mate. But we'll wrap things up. And I just want to say thank you, everybody who's joined us live. And it's so great to see returning names. You make the show, and it's so nice to be a part of this Bears international community. And also, as well, I'd like to say thank you to Jason. It's been great talking to you after such a long time. It don't feel like we missed a step, really. I'm just really looking forward to the pre-season, and I just can't wait for that first game of the season, man. It's like that to me is like Christmas Day. Forget the draft. That's it. Everybody's like 0-0. It's fresh. It's a new season, and we'll be there with you every week of the season. And I hope for that'll be right to the Super Bowl. So from me, I will say bye-bye. From him.
Yeah, cheers again. Thanks, like Chris said. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you guys chipping in. It's always great to hear from you. And like we said, if you want to come on the show, drop a message to Shorty. And if you can, with the time difference, join us. Great to hear back. Great that football's nearly here. Great to chat with you again, as usual, Chris.
Cheers, man.
And we'll just knock it on the head if you're ready to go with a bear down.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Bear down.
Bear down.
We are Bears. We are Bears. We are Bears. Bears. The British Bears. The British Bears. The British Bears.